Today, I went to my first open house ever. And honestly, I was a little nervous, but also very excited, because I feel like I already know so much more than I did before. This home is actually a split-level house, which is very common in the US. It has 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, and one of the biggest highlights is a fully finished basement, meaning it's not just storage, but actually a full living space. Let's start with the main level. One of the biggest pros for me is the hardwood flooring. It feels great to walk on, but also it just feels very clean and aesthetically pleasing. The color of the wood is very soft, kind of a light oak, and what I really liked is how well it's coordinated with the window frames and also the kitchen cabinets. Everything looks very cohesive together. Another thing I noticed, even though the house is close to the road, it's actually very quiet inside. And the road itself isn't very busy, which makes a big difference. If I were already an agent showing this house to a client, here's what I would highlight. The home feels updated. The hardwood floors and wood details are very well coordinated. Fresh paint. And there is a fireplace on the main level, nicely framed with white brick, which makes it feel very clean and inviting. And now, the outdoor space. There is a really nice spacious deck outside, perfectly for hosting people, summer dinners, and barbecues. The backyard itself feels very warm and inviting. You can really imagine kids playing here. And another really interesting feature, under the deck there is a covered parking area that can fit 2 cars. It's not a traditional garage, but more like an open covered space, which is actually very practical. There is also a large outbuilding on the property, and it's actually quite spacious. It looks more like a detached garage or workshop, and it's a very versatile space. Now the basement. What really stood out is the layout. It's basically like a separate apartment. Its own kitchen, a full bathroom with a walk-in shower, a large living space, and even a fireplace, which is a really nice feature. So this could be great for guests, extended family, or even as a rental. I also checked the heating system. It's a forced air furnace with central air, which is very convenient for both winter and summer. One thing I noticed, one of the bathrooms could use an update, but at the same time it feels very bright and clean. One downside for me, basements are usually colder, and in this case the tile flooring makes it feel even colder. Overall, I really enjoyed this experience, and what surprised me the most is how different it feels to walk through a house when you're not just looking but actually thinking. So just to summarize, this house is listed at $475,000. It's about 2,000 square feet and sits on 1.3 acres of land. So now I'm curious, would you buy a house like this? And do you think it's worth its price? And this was my very first open house ever. I'm learning real estate completely from scratch, so if you're curious to follow this journey, stay with me.